Hello and welcome to another Car Mechanics video. Now, despite the advances in anti-corrosion protection on modern cars, it's rust that gets flagged on MOT advisories, even on fairly modern cars that are new to MOTs. So we thought we'd come along with our friends at Lanoguard to see why rust prevention is still absolutely crucial, even on modern cars. Let's take a look underneath. Right, well, this is my beloved Nissan Elgrand camper van, 2010. Yep. So it's, at time of recording, just over 16 years old. These weren't officially sold in the UK, so they're sort of grey imported in from Japan. And we know that a lot of cars in Japan, if not all, don't have the same rust protection that modern cars.
It's solid though, isn't it? It is actually, yeah.
Yeah, the guy that converts them generally gets good examples. This is a low mileage car. They're generally well prepped. We use it, you know, high days and dry days, summer holidays and all that kind of stuff. So it does sit around for a large part of the winter in all weathers. It's not covered, it's not in a garage. Corrosion can really start to fester, isn't it?
So it'll start in seams and it'll start inside cavities in box sections
eat its way out.
Like that. And I think Lanoguard is going to be a good choice for this because it's already solid. But no, Lanoguard's really good. You can actually use it. We'll just blast it on today. I'll show you later on, but it'll be really easy. You can cover bushes with it. You can cover all sorts of stuff because it's actually got anti-corrosion and anti-seize properties, so it works really well with that. Good. You can even cover your exhaust. So obviously this exhaust at the minute, nice and solid, but it has started to start get some surface corrosion on there. But we'll coat that today as well. The first step then, get it outside, get it jet washed, get some of the road grime and stuff off. Let it dry, and then we'll get it back in and start applying some Lanoguard.
Hasn't been cleaned in many months, Jamie, so it might need a bit of that.
I can see that from the outside, Phil.
Yeah, let's get to work.
Yeah, let's crack on.
All right then, Jamie, look, there's loads of products on the high street that claim to do kind of rust prevention. What's so special about Lanoguard? Like, how does it differ from other Underseal products?
Well, the main difference is that one actually remains flexible when it's on. If you imagine like Underseal, when it dries hard, it goes brittle. As the car moves, if you get cracks or if you get stone chips up or whatever else, it cracks. Moisture can get underneath that and then it doesn't do its job because obviously the moisture's attacking the metal. With Lanoguard, because it's a flexible coating, it actually self-heals. So as the car moves along, if you do get stone chips or anything moves around, the coating itself sort of can basically regenerate or recover. The only thing you really need to avoid is your brake discs. Everything else you can coat.
Do you need any like protection?
No, because it's all organic. I mean, it really does stink, but it's all organic.
Rustic.
Yeah. When you come to applying it, we'll use the motor grease stuff in sort of heavier areas or seams on sort of suspension components where rust may start.
Yep.
Give it a bit of a wipe over with that. That stops. You've then got a cavity wax or a 360-degree one, so you can get into those areas in the box section. You can actually use it for things like on the top of the exhaust, actually, so bits that are difficult to get to. Right. Use that, it gives you a nice 360-degree spray. And then, yeah, the actual application, once we've done these two bits, plug that in there and just spray it on. Because the way Lanoguard works, it's attracted to the metal, so you can go over top of surface rust, big flaky rust we need to get rid of, but surface rust, it actually finds its way down to the metal and sort of sticks to the metal.
How long is it supposed to last?
Well, Lanoguard, it depends on how many miles of stuff you do. Roughly, they say about 12 months, so you can top it up every 12 months or so. Okay. So the best way to look at it from our point of view is basically treat it like a part of your maintenance schedule. So when you service your car, get it in once a year, whatever else, just give that a spray underneath. But you can do this on axle stands and a jack if you want to. As long as you get your arm and your elbow underneath from the floor, you can apply it. We've got a lovely ramp here today, so we're going to make use of it, especially with a cameraman getting underneath there.
Okay, great.
Phil's disappeared off and jumped on a Teams call and left me to do all the dirty work. So the first thing you may have seen, the first thing I did outside, jack it up, get the jet wash underneath, just blast off all the sort of loose dirt and grime. And now I'm under here with a lamp and a wire brush looking for any sort of surface rust or any big flaky bits. Surface rust is okay, but we'll have a look. This on this roll bar, they're not too bad actually, but I will just give them a quick wire brush while we're here, knock back any loose stuff, and we're ready to start applying. One of the other advantages of Lanoguard, because it's clear, some people don't like the fact it's clear because it doesn't hide everything, but MOT testers do like the fact it's clear because it means things like brake lines and any corrosion, they can see it. So when you're rust proofing, it does actually pay to be thorough, and the beauty of Lanoguard stuff is you can apply it to pretty much everything. The only thing we need to avoid will be the brake discs and pads, but when you're underneath here, you can actually just apply that to everything. So we can apply it, spray it over the bushes, over the ball joints, over the track rod ends. We'll use some motor grease on the threads as well to stop the threads from seizing up in case we ever need to do any tracking issues later on. Apply it over everything. You never know where rust is going to appear, and then you're protected against the whole lot. So before we can use this motor grease stuff, which is actually rock hard, I don't know if you can see now, I got my finger now, it's quite hard stuff, that's not going to brush on. Just warm it up either in the microwave, or what I'm going to do is drop it in a sink full of warm water, give that 5 minutes. That'll once that's warm, that'll soften, and then that'll be, you know, pliable enough to brush on. So the first step in the process, we're going to use the motor grease, which is like a thicker version of the spray, on the high risk areas. The reason we do that, you brush it on, gives you a bit more control, and this stuff, say, will stay in there. So when I say high risk areas, we're talking things like seams on suspension joints, brake pipe unions, exposed threads, suspension mounts, that kind of stuff really. How many times have you suffered from corroded up adjusters for suspension bits and bobs? That's where this comes in really handy. So lard that up there, and that'll actually work as an anti-seize agent and an anti-corrosion agent. Right, so that's enough of that one. Next up, we'll get into some of the cavities. We'll use what Lanoguard, I've got a 360-degree wand to get into cavity stuff. So we'll spray that in next. We'll go set that up, shall we? So before we apply the main product, I'm actually going to switch over and use their 360-degree wand, which basically goes into cavities, into box sections and chassis rails and stuff like that. And it's really easy. You just undo the nozzle from the standard fitment and screw on that attachment. It's that simple. Basically, any holes we've got into here, anywhere where moisture can get, you can stick this 360-degree nozzle, and we'll just give it in there, give it a nice coat, and in that way we know that all the inside of there is protected. So it doesn't matter what the outside looks like, we're not going to rust from the inside out. I can't get up top of this exhaust, but what we can do is we can put this 360-degree nozzle over the top and just give that a spray along as we go, and then I know that the top of that exhaust is also covered. Be warned, it can be a bit of a messy job, so wear old clothes. Because it's organic and it smells like sheep, if you've got a dog in your workshop or in your garage at home and it starts going crazy, that'll be why. So when you're applying this, you just need a really thin coat. You can go really heavy with it, but you're better off doing a thin coat now and then come back in another 6 months, do another thin coat if you need to. But it's really easy, as you can see. You just literally, anywhere you can see, squirt it on. It's really thin, really nice and easy to put on. It's not too drippy, as you can see, so you're not covering everything. And you can see where you've been, which is, again, nice and helpful. Stand here and just basically coat everything that is metal. You can actually control it quite well with a trigger. And one thing you obviously need to be careful of is avoid the brakes. So I'm going to avoid that area. I don't want to get anything on the discs or pads. But other than that, everything else, it's really easy to control actually. Right, well that's the application complete. Now we need to let it cure. Actually, it cures via air, so it doesn't matter about going outside. It doesn't need to heat, or it's not heat dependent or anything like that. It's actually cured by air, but you can't drive the car for the first 24 hours. So basically, either if you're doing this at home, drop it back down on the floor, leave it outside. We'll probably leave it up here for the next sort of, well, overnight and then come and get it in the morning. But yeah, that's it. Once it's done, once it cures, it'll go like, you'll tell, because at the minute obviously it's really wet and really tacky. Once it's sort of cured after the first 24 hours, it goes more like a candle, sort of wax-like texture. And then the protection is ready to rock and roll.
Well, I'm ready to help now, Jamie. Oh, I timed that brilliantly.
Yeah, you timed that perfectly, mate, because it is now finished. As you can tell, I'm covered in it and whatever else, but
Excellent.
it's finished. We've done a cavity wax, we've done the sort of the vulnerable areas with the motor grease, and then we've coated the whole underneath of the car, including your exhaust. So when you fire it up on the way home, that might well smell for the next sort of week or so. Can't drive it for the first 24 hours.
Right.
And then just while it settles down, and then after that, the actual curing process will take about 7 to 10 days.
Right.
And just again, out in the air, so you don't need to worry about it. It doesn't need to be locked away in a garage or anything like that. Just park it up as you would do normally. So yeah, that's.
And that's going to be good for a year.
Yes, I mean it might last longer actually, but Lanoguard say a year. You can do some people with. I mean, this one's really clean and straight actually underneath. So I'd give it 12 months. If you've had a lot of surface rust or surface corrosion that you've coated over, probably leave it 6 to 9 months. Give it another top-up coat. It's a proper job that you can do at home actually as well. I say we've had the benefit of the ramp, so it's been a little bit easier to get underneath and get along, but it's certainly a weekend job for a home mechanic to do.
Perfect. Yeah. And is it expensive?
No, it's not too bad. The full kit that we've used today is less than £100, and that comes with 1.5 litres of the motor spray, which we've used about half today. Like I say, if you've got a bit more surface rust, whatever else, you might use a bit more, but you won't use the whole bottle unless you're doing a really big car. So you've probably got enough in there to top up again in, say, next year. In the kit, you also get the motor grease that we've used, the brush, and the 360-degree sort of nozzle we've used in the chassis rails. So that's less than £100. I'll put the full price in the description below. So it's definitely worth an investment, really.
Well, a lot cheaper than having to weld new floor sections in. So
exactly. Well, it's cheaper than even that's what I say about doing exhaust. It's cheaper than a back box.
Perfect, isn't it?
It's definitely worth doing. I consider if you've got a car at home that you want to keep, it's definitely worth doing because it's fairly easy, it's foolproof, you can't really get it wrong, and a couple of hours, job's a good one. Well, there you go. Hope you enjoyed this video. Hope it was useful on how to rust-proof your car at home. If you do fancy giving it a go, let us know how you get on in the comments. And also with Lanoguard, if you fancy buying some Lanoguard product, check the links in the description. We'll have the latest offers and latest links to the products and stuff in there. Go rust-proof your car, and we'll see you in the summer.
Thanks for watching. See you soon.